Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel Kamnene Creations. So today I'll be making tutorial on how to draft out baggy jeans trouser pattern on a pattern paper. So without taking much of your time, let's get to it. So for this pattern, what we only need for this pattern is just your waist measurement, hip measurement, crotch depth, knee line, and full length for the trouser. That's all. Because it's a baggy jeans trouser, there's not much measurement needed for it. First of all, from the edge of my pattern paper, I will come in by 2 inches. That's just a guideline for me. I will draw the line down to the end point of the pattern paper. So this is it. Then from this guideline, for the guideline, I will mark out my waist measurement divided by 4. And my waist measurement is 32 divided by 4. It gives me 8. So for the waistline now, I will come down by 8 inches. That's my hip line. 11 inches for my crotch depth. 22 inches for my knee line. And then for the length of this trouser, I will be using 43 inches because I want the trouser to be like as a baggy trouser. I want the trouser to drop very well. So I'll make use of 43 inches. Then I'll use my ruler to outline the lines across the end part of the pattern paper. So now to my hip line. Here is the waistline, hip line, crotch depth, knee line, and the full length. So on my hip line, I will mark out my hip measurement divided by 4, which is 41. Divided by 4 will give me 10.25. So I will mark out 10.25, which is almost 11 inches. Then my crotch depth. Mind you, see the place I'm placing my tape on the guideline, remember? So I'm not starting from here. I started from the guideline. Then down to the crotch depth. I will mark out the same measurement I marked out from the hip line. I'll bring the hip measurement down to the crotch line. Then I will connect this line to my waistline. Then on my crotch line, I will go out by 2 inches. And this for a plus size person actually, but not like fat person, a 12 size person. If you're making it for a 6 size or 8 size person, you can actually go use 1 inch or 1.5. So I will connect this point to the hip line using my ruler. You can equally do this with free hand, but I prefer using my ruler. So now this is how it's going to look like. Then on my knee measurement, the knee line, I'll bring down the same measurement that I use for my crotch depth and hip line, which is 10.25. Then I'll use my ruler and connect it to the crotch line. Mind you, I'm not adding any allowance because it's a pattern paper. But when cutting it out for the fabric that I'll be using for the clothes, I will add my allowances. Then from the knee line, mark the line straight down to your full length. This is not a fitted trouser, so that's why excuse me, that's why I use the measurement for my hip line down to from my knee line down to the full length. Now back to the waist. Back to the waistline. Remember I marked out 8 inches at the waistline. So for this waistline, I'll connect down to the hip line to merge with the crotch. Oh God. I'm trying to use this curve. I'm so sorry, I made a mistake. So for this line that I joined to the crotch line, I have to mark it out. I forgot that I added a guideline here, which I will be making use of. So this line is a actual line. Sorry for that. So for the waist measurement now, because I no longer use that waist measurement that I marked out here at the beginning. From here, from this line, I will mark out my waist measurement, which is 32 divided by 4. So, excuse me. So this is the reason why I marked out this guideline here. Now, from this waistline, you will connect it to the hip line, not with a straight line, but a little curvy line. A little curvy line. So it shouldn't be too curvy, but there has to be a slight difference between a straight line and the curvy line. So this is to mark out that curve of the hip. Okay, this is what you have. I don't know if you guys can see it. Mind you, remember, this line is no longer part of the, it's no longer part of the measurement of the cloth. I'm so sorry. I made a mistake there, so I have to correct it. So here is everything that we need for this trouser. The waistline, the hip line, the crotch depth, the knee line, and the full line. So just an overview of everything that I did here. First of all, the waistline, from the waistline, I come down by 8 inches for the hip line. Then from the waistline, I come down by 11 inches. That's for the crotch depth. Then from the waistline again, I come down by 22 inches. That's for my knee length. I don't know for you or your client. Then for my waistline, I come down by 43 inches. That's for the full length, because that's how long I want the trouser to be. I want it to drop very well. I don't want it to be hanging after sewing. Though I did not add any measurement on this pattern because I will still have to place it on the material and cut out. So while cutting out, I will add my allowances. When cutting out, I'll add my allowances. But before then, from this line here, that's the waistline, I will go out by 2 inches. Or let me just use 1.5 inch. I will mark the same 1.5 inch on the hip line. Then I will connect the two line. And I will trace it down to the crotch depth. No, sorry, I will not trace it down to the crotch depth. This for the zipper allowance. And now let's get to the cutting.